Welcome back to the Millennial Inheritance community, where all generations are welcome to vent about the emotional support clutter we never asked for. Think of us as estate sales if they had a loyalty program. Who gets the shark? I am your curator of catastrophic collections with questionable resale value, Nick Fox. Today's episode is a wild ride because community member Elizabeth Owen didn't just send us a submission. She sent us her entire franchise of inherited nonsense in a Google Drive. She hath been in the trenches. She hath done the Lord's reselling, and she hath stared into the abyss of boomer belongings and said, I bet I could get $50 for this. Yeah, this poor girl basically was born with a $10.99 in her hand, so let's get into it. Elizabeth starts out strong with the Madame Alexander dogs that she kept in the original box, not because she was a collector, but because she already knew that even as a child, capitalism was coming for all of us. She also had some lovely Lisa Frank pieces, and let me tell you, the fact that a neon horse trapper keeper can fetch these kind of prices online right now proves that nostalgia is a disease, and we're all terminal. Lisa Frank is basically the millennial Bitcoin of nostalgia. Now, here's where her story becomes the MCU of millennial inheritance. Her husband's grandma passed away, and then the family did what families do best. They go, I don't want it, and then they guilt shove the entire collection towards the youngest woman in the room. So she ends up taking all the stuff that she thought she could flip, and then ends up discovering this, accidentally, an Excalibur-themed paperweight letter opener worth $900. My lords, my ladies, got me feeling like He-Man every time I open up a letter. If I found a $900 letter opener, I'd be convinced that God had personally apologized for my student loans. If my letter opener was worth $900, I'd probably start writing letters again. Dear peasants, I'm rich now. Then her bachelor uncle's collection enters the chat. Every uncle has these books. They are legally issued when a man hits 50 and buys his first leather belt with a brass buckle. This is like the uncle starter kit, right next to the pocket knife and the unnecessary distrust of technology. The resale value for these is about the same as a Blockbuster rewards card. Actually, the Blockbuster rewards card probably will get you further. At least it's retro now. But hey, it's okay. Elizabeth is committed. She's out here sorting, cataloging, manifesting value where there is none. A millennial inheritance hero she is. And then we hath arrived at the old classic ship in a bottle. I don't know who needs to hear this, but ship in a bottle collectors died around the same time as mall fountain pennies. If you threw this thing into a lake, even the fish are rolling their eyes at you. Elizabeth looked it up, realized its worth is $0, and is now setting it on the fast track to the great beyond, also known as the county landfill. Bon voyage, little ship. Shout out to Elizabeth. Thank you for sending us your millennial inheritance and letting us roast it. And if this hit a little bit too close to home for you, felt a little too familiar, hit follow and send me what you've inherited, and we can suffer together.